Welcome if you're new, I'm Alyssia, it's holiday season, and I'm excited! Thanksgiving is coming up, Christmas is around the corner, and this time of year, most of us get pretty excited about food. Eating food, sharing food with others, it's a food-filled season. So today, I thought it would be appropriate to share some holiday potluck dishes. I'm bringing you 5 recipes that are easy to prepare in advance and take with you to a party or a get-together that you don't have to feel quite as bad about, and they are all either vegan or vegetarian with a vegan option. I kept these recipes plant-based because I like to make sure there's always something available at a party that everyone can enjoy, and this way you know there's also going to be a healthier option. Let's start with my holiday bean salsa. For this recipe you will need red onion, celery, garlic, garbanzo beans, kidney beans, black beans, baby gherkins, fresh parsley, fresh mint, olive oil, lemon juice and zest, red wine vinegar, and salt and pep. In a mixing bowl, add your olive oil, red wine vinegar, lemon juice, lemon zest, parsley, mint, and salt and pep. Whisk to combine your dressing. Then add kidney beans, garbanzo beans, black beans, celery, red onion, gherkins, and garlic. Toss to coat, and that's literally it! Super easy to prepare and such a delicious and nutritious bean salsa. Perfect for a potluck. Next, we're gonna make my chilled stacked salad. For the base of this salad, you will need quinoa, red onion, spinach, red apple, celery, dried cranberries, feta cheese, and pecans. Layer all of your ingredients like so into a trifle bowl. This makes for a beautiful holiday presentation. Of course, for a vegan dish, you'll want to omit the feta cheese. Oh, and we cannot forget the dressing. For the dressing, you will need balsamic vinegar, olive oil, honey or maple syrup for vegan, lemon juice, Dijon mustard, poppy seeds, sesame seeds, and salt. Simply add all of your ingredients and whisk to combine. Before guests enjoy, you can add the dressing and toss. This is such a fun dish to bring because it looks impressive, it tastes delicious, and it takes no time to prepare. Alright, now we're gonna make my gingered fruit salad. For this recipe, you will need kiwi, pineapple, pears, grapes, and pomegranate seeds, or really whatever seasonal fruits you prefer, as well as ginger, orange juice, lime juice, honey or again maple syrup for vegan, and nutmeg. Into a large mixing bowl, combine your dressing ingredients and whisk. Then add the rest of your fruit. Toss to coat. So simple and delicious, offering a nutritious and fresh dish with festive fall flavors. Alright, how about some dessert? Let's make my buckeyes, a Christmas classic. This recipe is directly from my Ho Ho Healthy ebook, so check it out if you're looking for more healthy Christmas recipes, and you can use the code POTLUCK for 10% off any ebook or package of your choice this week only. For your buckeye filling, you will need powdered peanut butter, sweetener of choice, natural creamy peanut butter, and oat flour. For the chocolate coating, you will need maple syrup, coconut oil, and cocoa powder, or you could just use melted chocolate or dairy-free chocolate to keep these vegan. Add your filling ingredients into a large mixing bowl and mix to combine. Use a cookie scoop to spoon out some of your peanut butter filling mixture and roll it into a ball in your hands. Repeat and fill up a baking sheet lined with parchment and sprayed. Now for the coating. It can help the coating process if you transfer the sheet of peanut butter balls to the fridge or freezer for a few quick minutes. In a separate mixing bowl, add your chocolate coating ingredients and whisk to combine. It should be a nice smooth consistency, but it could be thicker or thinner depending on your climate, so feel free to refrigerate or microwave as needed. Then use a toothpick to pick up one of your peanut butter balls and dip it into your chocolate mixture like so, and return to your baking sheet. If you want, you can cover up the little hole on top, but it's not necessary to enjoy the delicious taste. Allow to set in the fridge until serving and devouring. Delicious! This one is always a guest favorite because it's so easy to pop by the table, grab one and go. Maybe a little too easy. We're finishing off the menu with a really amazing, impressive, but surprisingly delicious recipe, my chocolate peppermint silk pie. For the filling of this pie, you will need coconut cream, tofu. If you can get super firm, that's the best. Either way, I recommend pressing the tofu to get rid of moisture, cocoa powder, peppermint extract, vanilla extract, maple syrup, and cacao nibs. For the crust, you will need dates, pecans, or any nuts you prefer, and cocoa powder. Into your food processor, add your cocoa powder and pecans. Blend it on up. Once it's a nice crumb consistency, add in your dates. I like to soak my dates in water overnight so they are extra soft. Once again, blend until your dough ball forms. Perfect. Next, we're gonna grab a springform pie pan, which if you don't have one, I highly recommend it for your pie making needs this holiday season. Line the bottom with parchment paper like so for easy removal. Add your crust mixture down into the bottom of the pie pan and press it down to flatten it nice and evenly. Set aside. Into your food processor, add all of your pie filling ingredients except for those cacao nibs. Blend it on up. That tofu is going to give this pie filling a creamy texture, add protein, and keep it vegan. Look how smooth. Pour your filling mixture into the pie pan on top of your crust and spread it out as evenly as possible. Then you can sprinkle on our cacao nibs. Then simply transfer to the freezer overnight. When you're ready to enjoy, allow to thaw for an hour or two in the fridge before popping it out of the springform pan, slicing, and devouring. Bam! 5 delicious, nutritious dishes, perfect for a potluck this holiday season. Thumbs up if you enjoyed and let me know which recipe you're most excited to try in the comments below. All of these recipes are available in the PDF in the description box below. Tag me on social if you try any of them, and remember to check out my Ho Ho Healthy ebook and others at mindovermunch.com/ebooks. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Thanks so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing, and remember, especially when it comes to those holiday parties, it's all a matter of mind over munch.